Alright guys, Crossy here back with another video, and before we head into the video guys, if you could please like, subscribe, and turn those post notifications on for more DCD content coming up. And yeah, let's head back into this video. So, I know a lot of people have been asking me about this for a while now, been kind of putting it off, but I'm finally going to be creating my tier list for season 1, and this tier list isn't really just about like how good these characters will be in the future or anything like that. This is mostly based on how often do I see these characters in ranked, how good they are when I see them, how often are they used, like stuff like that, that kind of make like these are the cards that are really running rank right now. Like these are the cards that are dominating or being used the most or gives you problems as a team and stuff like that. So starting off with the number one card in the game right now, Steph. If you have Steph and you have his, I don't think anyone should be running Steph in high rank. And once you hit like Platinum, Diamond Master, if you don't have Steph with like his at least a few of his skill moves unlocked, then there's no point in running him really. But he's a great card that can create his own shot. Obviously, insane 3-point shooting, and when they're setting screens for him, it can get pretty crazy pretty quickly. He's the best card in the game. If you're going to summon for or pull for any card, I would say get Steph. Then another card that I would say is LeBron. I haven't faced that many LeBrons, but LeBron is a very good defensive card, great shot blocker, great rebounder, great just defender, can keep up with a lot of players, can really play all the positions there. Like he can be your, I wouldn't say he should be your one, but he can easily be your 2 and 3. If you're not running a center, he can easily be that for you. Very good card. Then I would say Jokic, very good center, very hard to guard his ult. Can shoot threes, stretch the floor there, has a good screens, like good passer. Like he's a very good just overall center. Not too crazy, but he's just pretty good in a lot of different areas. Then I would say probably the best center in the game right now, Pau. Pau is just like he's just fast. Like he's fast. He can hit threes. Good blocker. Great mid-range shooter. Like I think he's the best center in the game right now, man. It's just like very what the team that I run into the most or that gives me the most problems, or when it's a Pau, Steph, and Shea. It's like it can get like it's hard to guard all that all at once. I'm not gonna lie. So yeah, I think Pau's the best center in the game right now. And then who else do I put in this S tier? Let me see. Giannis doesn't provide much offensively, but once he gets that super armor up, it's just pass the ball to him, let him run to the rim, get his dunks off. Very good defensive card, and like can provide you just instant 2 points every single time with that. Then obviously Shea, I'm gonna say very like almost impossible to guard. I've never really contested any of his shots. The only way to really do that is with very good help defense. But 9.9 times out of 10, he's getting an open mid range off or getting to the layup. Like just very hard card to guard. I'm glad that we were able to select him at the end of the Path of Stars there. And then who else would I put in this S tier? I would actually put Luka in this S tier. He's just a very good guard, and especially he can work with everyone. Like especially everyone in the S tier, he makes better because of his magic pass and just like his ability to draw help. Like because you can't really guard Luka one on one. It's not that smart unless you really know what you're doing and moving like mostly forward and backwards. But overall, he's just a very good card offensively. He's probably the best. Not probably. He's the best free to play card that you can get. Or because I'm saying free to play because you can easily get him through the star vouchers, and superstar tickets are much harder to get. So yeah. And then who else would I put in this S tier here? Is there someone else? Kevin Durant is not available as yet. And nah, I think that's gonna be it for the S tier. But let's start off the A tier with a very good card here in Paul George. Can provide you a lot. Well, I'm not say a lot, but he can be very good offensively, especially when he gets his stacks up of his. I think it's D2O. is the name of it. Like once he gets his stacks in, he can start hitting shots very consistently and ignore contests. And yeah, and then he's also very good defensively. Obviously, he can block shots, he can steal the ball, which is really his calling card, stealing and intercepting the passes. So just a very good all-around card for anyone to start off with. Then I would put Bam. Whoa, not you. Bam in there as A tier. He's one of the best centers in the game. It's been, also, let's put Capella right next to him as well. These two centers are very good. The big difference that I would say in terms of once you get to the higher ranks, I would tell you to switch to Bam if you don't have him, because he's just faster and he has more skills for rebounding in his talent tree. So like he has his tip or hit, like whatever you call it. I don't know. It's a rebound smash, I think is what it's named, where he can hit the ball, and then he turns into a loose ball and he gets a speed buff and he can like run towards it, which is very good. And he's also like a pretty good help defender. And then Capella is just a rebounder and shot blocker. And because he doesn't have like rebounding skills, like his whole talent tree basically is just increasing his shot blocking. Like it's great. The snatch block is great when you know when to use it. You can really take away someone's ult just based off this if you can time it right and stuff, getting in position. But because of his speed, it's really hard to get back to get rebounds, which is really what you want to be doing with a center. So that's why he's a little bit lower in my eyes than Bam. But yeah, still two very good centers here. I will also put obviously Jordan Clarkson here. I love this card, but I also have problems with him because his stats are so low, especially in the mid-range. I don't know why his mid-range is so low. I miss a lot of shots with this dude, but you can get so open with him so consistently if you really know what you're doing. If you don't mess up your inputs, which I tend to do, I don't know, man. But he's a very, very, very good offensive card, and he's very good for anyone that wants to start off with a good guard. Just try and get Jordan Clarkson, and you'll be fine there. You can run ranked. Another card I put in this A tier, Zion. Very good dunking. He has his alley-oop. He has like the switcheroo-like type layup where he can go from his dunk into his layup. He has obviously his unstoppable dunk there. And yeah, just overall good rebounder and shot blocker. So he can be your center if you really want to run. If you don't have a center or you're going to run something else, very good for that there. I also put Booker in this tier. Very good offensive card. His dribble moves are kind of directional, but they can create a decent, if he's in isolation mode or getting screens, he can really just go around someone very quickly, get a quick 2-off, good ult. So yeah, just an overall good card there. Then I would put, who else would I put in this tier? Clay. No, it's not Clay. Clay I would put in this tier. As I've said, like, he's my kryptonite in terms of his drifting shot. It's just so hard to guard. I don't really know what to do against it, but yeah, he can be very tough to guard at times. He has good speed, can play some defense there, but obviously his calling card is just shooting a lot of threes, which he can do very well. So is that gonna round out my A tier? I think so. And then I'll start off B tier with Jamal. He's pretty decent. I don't really see this card being run. Like I said, most of these cards is based on how often do I see them in the higher tiers. And I don't really see Jamal as much. And whenever I do see a Jamal, they've never like really gone off or anything. So I don't know what is it about his kit, but he just doesn't seem to be that good. He's not being used as often. I think he has a decent ult. But otherwise from that, just a solid overall card, and yeah, solid overall offensive card. DeMar, I actually see more in the higher tiers. But the thing with DeMar is his offensive potential just isn't that high. He has good layup animations, so it's kind of like, because all of them have like a change in pace, a little delay to them, so it's kind of harder to time to block. He has a pretty decent ult you can use from the 3-point range, but I don't really see that many DeMars, but I think he is actually solid if you really want to run a small forward. He's pretty solid there. Then I would say JK. Oh, where is he? Yeah. Then I would say JK. Um, Basically a worse Zion, but can shoot threes is what I would say. His dunking animations aren't as crazy or harder. It's easier to time his his dunks to block than it is for someone like Zion or whatever. Otherwise, from that, he can rebound a bit. He can block a little bit because he's power forward or whatever. And obviously, he can hit threes just a little bit. But that's a very worse version of Zion. Well, not very, but a worse version of Zion that can shoot threes. Don't really see him that much as I've gone up in the higher tiers here. Currently, I am in Diamond Master 3 at the recording of this video. Let's see here. Who else would I put in this tier? Wiggins. Don't see that many Wiggins, and even then, when I do see him, it's just dunking, rebounding, and the occasional block, and obviously just playing defense can keep up with players. But it's really just dunking, and his dunk animations, they can be blocked. Like, I've seen people block his stuff. He has a good turn and fade, and that's really it. There's not really much to him offensively, is the biggest issue with Wiggins here. Then I would put Steven Adams. Don't really see him that much. Probably because he's not really fast, but he can block. His, what is it called, the steamroll or the armor that he gets can be pretty tough to deal with because he's running into you, and there's just, as a center, is there's only so much space you can really afford him to get into the paint. But yeah, he can be good, but I don't really see him being run that much. I'm not really sure why, but I'm assuming it's going to be because of speed and maybe the lack of rebounding skills. That's probably what I'm assuming there. Then who else did I put in this B tier? I put both of these guys because they're very similar, Julio and Fuji. They both have their intercept steal skill, which is what really is the value of these cards. They can steal the ball at a high clip if you really know what you're doing with them, but they're not really good offensively. They can do the occasional mid-range or block or rebound, but they're just very decent cards, but they have a very niche skill that if you can really lock that down with, if you can become very good with, you can really run this card higher. But I haven't really seen Julio. I've seen more Fuji than Julio since I've passed Platinum. Who else did I put in this tier? I guess I don't really see Westbrook's that much anymore, but Westbrook is solid. And Chris Paul. Westbrook dunker, has his putback. Don't really see anyone shoot shots with him at all. No mid ranges and no threes, so that's kind of the lack of this card. And same thing with Chris Paul. They'll try to go to the rim for a layup, but it's mostly to just pass out. Same thing with his step back, mostly to pass out. But he can be very annoying defensively because he has a diving steal and he can get faster. The more assists he does, I think, more assists he gets, he can become faster and whatever. So he can be pretty annoying there. And can obviously steal the ball and stuff. So a very good defensive guard, but just doesn't provide you that much offensively other than setting up other players. And then I'm gonna put him here. D, I'll say is unavailable because he's just not here. And then I would put people like him, Zhao, Seth. C tier is really cards that you just should not be running. I'm gonna put all of these guys here. These are cards that you really just shouldn't be running. Cam, I actually seen Cam. If anyone out of this tier I've seen the most, I would put Cam and Kyle. I've barely seen Kyle. I mostly see Kyle when I'm doing solo queue runs. Same thing with Cam for real. But sometimes when I'm hopping into ranked on a team, I see people run Cam or go against Cams. I don't really see Zhao Shang like that. I've only seen that maybe one time since I've hit platinum, which is crazy. I don't know what it is about this card, just not being run. Same thing with this Brad Miller and is this Mike Dice or I forgot this dude's name. But these cards are just not run. They're not ran in ranked. You just don't see them. So C tier is basically cards that you just shouldn't be running. or I don't see in ranked whatsoever, or very, 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 very infrequently, you know? So that's that. And then Kevin Durant just is not available, so that's what I was going to leave that there. But yeah, this is my tier list for season 1. Tell me what you guys think down below. Should anyone be moved higher or lower? And yeah, that's going to be all for this video. If you like, please like and subscribe for more content. And I will see y'all next time, guys. Peace.